Hey guys, it's Mick, and in this video I will talk to you about endgame weapons recommendation for specialists. I am often asked through game chat what weapons, inserts, device upgrades I do recommend for spec. Unfortunately, when it comes to this class, your choice is very limited if you want to achieve maximum performance. In my opinion, the best option, of course, is Mark 48 SV, which can be used in various configurations depending on your playstyle and map that you are playing on. You may ask why a Mark 48 SV or my Mark 48 SV, I mean 48 in general, not PKM or 6P, MG36, you name it. Well, I will try to explain it now. Most of the time I'm using Mark 48 setup this way. Mm, Starting with open reflex. Yeah, why I'm using open reflex, and it's not like I'm using open reflex only on my Mark 48. I'm using open reflex on all my weapons, starting with P90 and ending on Mark 17 SV. Simply because open reflex gives you wide field of view, it gives you perspective, it's easier to handle your recoil, it's still very effective on long range. You can still hit people on longer distance, like I don't know, longer distance in this game is probably everything over 60 meters. So yeah, it might depends on your monitor. I am playing on 24-inch monitor. Yeah, it's something about that. So yeah, on that kind of monitor, I have no problems to spot people even over 100 meters through open reflex. So yeah, in my opinion, really in this game there is no point to use scopes because in CQC situation you're gonna have disadvantage over open reflex style scopes. Um, and when there is like CQC situation and you are not able to use a cover, so you are running without cover or spraying full auto 50 70 bullets, you really want to keep that recoil at minimum because otherwise you will find yourself in troubles. Yeah, like against people using weapons like F2K, not even to mention P90, you really have little to no time for reaction. So yeah, open reflex all the way. Second thing is retractable stock. One, I don't know what. Yeah, it gives you 20% control increase and adds some ready time. Yeah, ready time in this game. Ready time in this game is a weird thing because some people think that yeah, you should have for like for CQC you have to use weapons with low ready time. Okay, in my opinion, it's bullshit. You don't need weapons with low ready time in this game. I mean, if you are moving around the map in a correct way, like predicting your moves, predicting enemy moves, then ready time is not really that huge issue, like some people were saying. So yeah, retractable stock one for this setup. Third thing is bipod. Yeah, bipod obviously increases your control when like in cover on prone stance, increases your weapon ready time and adds a decent amount of accuracy while behind the cover and reduces your sway. Sway is not really a huge issue when it comes to LMGs or assault rifles. Um, why bipod? You might ask why bipod instead of a grip. For me, like what I am presenting you here is like most all-round setup for specialist, and I can handle this weapon with bipod in CQC without cover pretty well, and I don't feel like there is a huge difference between the other configuration I will talk about, which is like compact version with short barrel grip, muzzle brake. Okay, recoil is higher, it's harder to control, but still, when you have even you're able to control your weapons pretty good, it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, bipod all the way because It gives you huge amount of accuracy when you're behind the cover, and it almost feels like, you know what, in this game, what matters is ability to do follow-up shots, and this weapon really excels on full auto, and it's very, very accurate. Like compared to 6P, which is simply awful weapon when when going full out, and it's like, you know, it was nerfed so hard, so it's basically designed to do these lazy single shots from time to time, and yeah, it became more of a troll weapon than something that you can really use all the time. Yeah, contrary to that, Mark 48 is really effective and accurate when going full out, and with bipod it's even stronger. So yeah, that's why bipod. Okay, fourth thing, flash suppressor. Yeah, flash suppressor. You might ask why flash suppressor instead of muzzle brake. Well, in my opinion, this weapon has already huge amount of control. It's 62 with the flash suppressor, and when you put a muzzle brake, yeah, it's 66, so it's only 4 points. It doesn't really matter that much. But what matters for me is that when there is a CQC situation going on, and it's pretty chaotic, flash suppressor lets you see more. I mean, I just hate this fucking annoying flash. It really annoys me. And with flash suppressor, I have a feeling that I am more effective in CQC, and my field of vision is not like distracted in any way. Mm, Laser designator, obviously, for marking enemies. Some Magnum ammo stack for try-hard games, and my camo of choice. And I must admit it's pretty ugly, but at least it looks different than standard version. The other variant I am using sometimes, was using it for like few weeks, even during like competitive matches against some good players, is compact version, set up with short barrel, muzzle brake, grip obviously, retractable stock 1, and open reflex. Yeah, it's a really tough choice. Like on Tomsk, it's a CQC map, obviously, and you might find yourself in real CQC situations, like running into another guy. Of course, that might gonna happen. But for me, this is this is of course run and gun weapon. But when there is like really demanding team on the other side, and most of the time what happens is that just people are camping, and it's like camp, 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 device push, camp, camp, camp all over again. So in that kind of situations, compact version is not that much useful. I mean, it's okay if you have that momentum, if you keep that momentum when there is a push and you killed those three guys, and you see that the rest was killed by your teammates, and you're rushing another point, and you want to catch them on the ready time when they are not expecting you to be somewhere, flank them. Yeah, then it's a great weapon. But it's like weapon for this one situation when you are pushing, and you have to be also lucky to find yourself in a good position to flank them or to surprise them. But when game is more static, and this is what happens most of the time in Ghost Recon, that the game is just against good players, there is no run and gun really. They will mark your position. You're gonna be scanned 15 times, like at least they nerf scan. But anyway, you're gonna be scanned. You're gonna be picked on a vector detection when you're running. So there is really no run and gun game anymore. If ever was something like run and gun in Ghost Recon, yeah, maybe like over 1 year ago when the ready times were much lower, not even 0.85, but something around like I don't know 0.5 on KV and that kind of stuff. Yeah, this weapon is good in CQC because of the huge fire rates, 775. It's enormous fire rate for that kind of damage. It does per 90, 49 damage per shot. So with that kind of fire rate, it's really strong in CQC. I think it gives you around 630 DPS without magnum ammo. So it's like the highest DPS weapon in this game. But still, 71 accuracy. So like, yeah, over 30 meters. very inaccurate. It's like spray and pray weapon. When you put magnum ammo on it, it also becomes very hard to control. Mm, uh, I liked it when I started playing with this weapon, but now I came to conclusion that Mark 48 setup in SV is in an SV way is just better all rounder. It, yeah, have no doubt, this weapon it's still really good, and in CQC you're gonna literally trash people, but yeah, when game is like very static, it's not really a good choice. That's why I am using SV variant most of the time. Even though this weapon performs really well in CQC and when you run at gunning. So yeah, I'm still using this weapon when facing like lower skilled opponents, and I just have feeling like for Call of Duty style run and gun, then it's a good option. Okay. When it comes to devices, most of the time, like, okay, now maybe not that often as before because they increased bubble durability. I'm using Blackout setup this way with region upgrade tier 2 and effect upgrade tier 2 also, of course. Um, why region instead of duration upgrade? Yeah, you're gonna have, obviously it works like that. You're gonna have less time to kill stunned opponents. That's obvious. But the nice thing about this setup is that it lets you use your blackout really often during games. I mean, it's 180 seconds cooldown, so with addition of support energy region tier 2, it lets you literally spam blackouts. You're gonna have your when there's a clan war situation and at, during openings, everyone is using their devices in the same moment. So when you cap C on and or maybe when you die on C during opening, you're gonna have your blackout earlier than they're gonna have their blitzers. So you'll have this time to go into position and work your way to black out their blitzers, heaters, whatever. You're gonna have your blackout much faster than they're gonna have their devices. And it's not even that. When you're using blackout, it's most of the time it's just shit work, really. I mean, I can't count how many times I died while trying to black out people and I just failed because I don't know, because crit shot and fuck you. That's why, like, or when blackouting people there is this stun effect, so it's like registered by server, but they are still killing you. So yeah, if you make mistake and you're gonna make some mistakes with blackout or you're gonna be just unlucky, then it lets you have your blackout faster. And yeah, in my opinion, it's just the best way to go with blackout, to have it earlier instead of longer stun duration. You may also say that stun duration is not as important when playing with your teammates in fire team or in a clan war, because people know how to react when you are blackouting your enemies, so they will help you to eliminate stunned people. So you don't really need that much time to kill those 2 or 3 guys. And if there is more, then it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, that I am recommending region upgrade and FF upgrade for blackout. Bubble. I am not using bubble that much, simply because I believe blackout is much more effective device when used correctly. And to be honest, most of the people, they don't know how to use blackout. That's why they are crying about specialists being underpowered, which is not true. Uh, just by looking at Mark 48, which is like one of the best weapons in this game, and for me, it's just the best weapon in this game. Mm, okay, so coming back to bubble. Yeah, I might use it more often after they increased durability, because pre-patch it was just horrible device, really. Like it was like not only nade trap. yeah, maybe some kind of distraction, but most of the time they were just shooting at your bubble and you were dying very, very fast because of the low durability. Now it might be better. I'm not sure I didn't try it on a clan war or against really good players. I think bubble is not designed to, for a one man push on point. It's for me, it's more of a kind of distraction. So, it works this way that they see that the bubble is coming, so they have to throw nades. And now when there is only one nade per life, nades are very nice thing to have. So they have to waste these nades. They have to shoot at the bubble. I mean, they have to do something. Doesn't matter. Nades, just shooting or devices, they have to do something. So when they are shooting, they are exposed to your uh, teammates fire, which is nice thing. I many times I saw people just dying because of they were trying to shoot bubble and there was sniper picking them out or just assault shooting them down. Yeah, so it works most of the time. It works as a distraction, and it also force other players to rotate around the map because, for example, when they are when they see that the bubble is coming like on Markov from the left side, they have to most of the time, if they don't have a device to counter bubble, they have to rotate, so they are exposed from the other side to your teammates' fire. So it's a nice thing, and I might gonna use it more often since it's improved after recent patch. For bubble, I have effect upgrade, which gives size, increased size, durability, and activation time. Okay, size, it's not really a nice thing to have bigger bubble because they can just go into your bubble and kill you easier. But durability is what you should be looking for a bubble, and activation time. It is also important. Region upgrade. No, I am not using region upgrade. I am using duration upgrade. Yes, moving duration and duration overall. Yet is a nice thing when you are pushing with bubble to have it as long as you can to provide cover for you and your teammates, obviously. Okay, coming to armor. I am using light tactical suit Mark 5. Mark 5 or Mark 5 because it's the best armor you can get. Why light instead of heavy, or it was called Titan? Light because I want to have as much mobility as I can get, and when like running with blackout, when you're using blackout, speed is really something that you should be looking for. And it's not only about blackouting people, it's just moving around the map. I prefer to have higher speed than this liter percent of armor increase, which you can see is like 7% compared to uh, no 7, I think, yeah, 17 against 25. After they increase damage on all weapons, armor is not really something as important as it used to be. Even before that patch, I was playing with Hermes, so yeah, for me, it's just the best way to play specialist, to be as fast as you can, and yeah, mobility all the way over higher armor value. Uh, yes, and most important thing when it comes to armor is what setup of inserts I am using. As you can see, I am using 3 inserts for HP, which gives me 0.9 toughness, 5 HP, and 0.3 per second regen. One for regen, which gives me 0.9 toughness, 3 anti-crit, and 0.5 per second regen. And one for toughness, which gives me 4% anti-crit and 3 health and 1 toughness. Overall, it gives me 138 health, 2.5, 2.4 regen, 7% anti-crit, and 4.6 toughness. Okay, this is setup which I am using on my every class, and I just believe it to be the perfect blend between, toughness, health, anti-crit, and regen. 2.4, I think it's almost I think maximum value is 2.5, so it gives you almost maximum value for regen, which is very nice because this is a very static game, and it's all about staying alive as long as you can, do as much damage as you can. So it's very nice to have that regen, especially when you're fighting behind the cover, uh, to have that ability after engaging in a firefight when you lost like 3/4 of your HP to regen a bit, especially when there is like assault nearby you and with squad regen support. Yeah, it's your regen just gonna it's gonna go up very very fast, so it's a nice thing to have. Additional HP always welcome. 7% anti-crit. Yeah, in my opinion, like you can go for 7 up to 10. Anything over 10 is overkill. I don't think it's more than 10 is it's useful. Yeah, you're gonna be critted by snipers. Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, if he's using Nemesis, it doesn't matter if he crits you or not. He's just gonna one-shot you in the body without crit. So yeah, fuck it. Against M200 SD, he's going to aim for your head, so it doesn't matter. Also, yeah, what might worry you is that you know, assault rifles single shots. Yeah, they might be lethal. Like Mark 17 going single shot is just crazy with the not headshot is like one shot and you're dead, but body shots are also very very lethal. Yeah, but still, like most of the time people are just going full auto, so crit is not as important as you might think, and 7% is still nice when you meet like these SMGs, which they have like 6% constant crit rate, or shotgunners, or just to lower down chance for an enemy to land a crit on you. Toughness is of course very nice against weapons with low damage like submachine guns, P90, MP9. I don't know, most like 90%, 99% of people are using P90, so it's good against low damage weapons, and it's good overall. I mean, each shot it's gonna just subtract from enemy's damage 4.6, so it's a nice thing to have. Yeah, and this is what I believe to be the best insert setup for every class. What weapons I am using also? Yeah, I also have a PKM. I regret buying PKM as VR. It's not it's not a bad weapon, to be honest, but it's also not something that you can use all the time. It's it's just for me it's just a troll gun. Huge recoil. It's not accurate when going full out. Of course, damage is nice. Yeah, more of a troll gun. M3A1 is the useless weapon. I just bought it uh, because I could. So yeah. Spas, useless weapon after inserts and armor patch. 6 Pitan, just a troll gun, huge damage per shot, but it's simply too slow, too inaccurate, hard to control without cover. And like I said, in this game, what matters is ability to do follow-up shots, which means practically to be accurate when going full auto. This is what matters because there is no time to fuck around with single shots, like staying hard scope for a long period of time, because they can just pop shoot you from anywhere. It's not really wise to stay out of cover for a long time. Um, yeah, you just have to be as quick as you can when going full auto, picking fast off cover, eliminating your targets as fast as you can. And for this purpose, Mark 48 is just the best weapon for specialists in this game. Period. What else do I have? Practically nothing. Some gear, headgear. Yeah, I'm really into headgear, so I have few helmets on my spec. Nades, of course, nades. I'm using which ones? The ones they do maximum damage 250 damage, minimum damage 10, detonation type timed. Yes, of course, these nades over fragmentation ones, because yeah, if you're gonna throw it correctly, then there is no way that your opponent can tank that nade. And I don't really like when people are tanking my nades, especially when there is like critical situation on point, and that nade might save your victory. So yeah, this is my video about specialist setup. This is, of course, first video when it comes to weapons recommendations. So yeah, it might be not so polished yet, but I will work on it. I hope that you enjoy it and find it useful. Yeah, see you in the next video of my series. Bye bye, guys.